That's the Menzingers from their latest album, Some of It Was True. The Pennsylvania-based band is on their way to New Zealand to play their first Kiwi dates in August. We tracked down frontman Greg Barnett and found out they almost made it here back in 2020, but then history intervened.
We were supposed to come in 2020, and it was a crazy experience. It was the beginning of March 2020, so COVID's just about to hit, and we were in Australia, and we did the shows, and at first we get there and it was kind of okay, and then by the end of the week it was like things were very serious, moved that fast, and we were supposed to fly to New Zealand on a Sunday, and that's when they closed the country down, and we were just like, it was right at the point where we were like, we shouldn't be doing this, we got to go home. Then they made the call and we were like, okay, good, let's go home. But it does feel like we have like unfinished business in New Zealand, so we're really excited to get back because we've never been.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to it. So what kind of show can we expect from you? What are you going to be doing?
You know, it's just it's high energy, fun. We play off the crowd. It'll be, stuff from our new album, but everything. So it's an eclectic mix of everything, and it's going to be a really good time.
All righty. So the new album is called, let's see, Some of It Was True. And that was, you recorded that out in Texas, is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, there's a studio called Sonic Ranch, and we recorded it with a producer called Brad Cook. It's in the middle of nowhere, about 45 minutes from El Paso, and right in the desert, right on the Mexico border. It's very isolated, but it made for a really unique recording experience, just being completely in the middle of nowhere. And it was really fun.
Yeah, because I talked to a band, I don't know if you're familiar with them, they're from Texas, called Fastball. And
okay. Oh, yeah.
The Way, that song. And they recorded out in Sonic Ranch as well. In fact, they called their album Sonic Ranch, so it's kind of their Abbey Road.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the place has that effect on musicians. It seems like so many people, they take their album promo shots there, they make music videos there. It's just a very, special place.
Right. So, and your album came out how long ago? It's been a while.
It's been a bit now. It came out last October.
Yep. So what kind of it's your 7th record, and my feeling is that the band's sonic trajectory has changed from when you started being more of a punk sounding band to more of an Americana sounding band. So is that accurate?
Yeah, I would definitely say that's accurate. We definitely consider ourselves a punk band. But our influences are kind of all over the place, and sometimes we'll go to write a punk song and it turns out a lot more folkier than we anticipated. It's just we kind of try to not put too many limitations on it, and just let the songs speak for themselves and not be like, it has to be this, it has to be that. So yeah, things have gravitated maybe a little bit softer than they were in the beginning, but at the end of the day, it's still rough around the edges, I guess. Right. If you want to call it Americana, punk rock, whatever. Yeah, somewhere in between.
And have the fans kind of stayed with your changes, or have you added, subtracted? How does it work? Have you noticed?
Yeah, it's been amazing. The band has just been on a steady climb since we started. Right. And what's really exciting about our fan base is that our fan base is they've grown up with us. A lot of them got into the bands when we started when we were like 20 years old, say, and they were that age, and the stories of our songs have kind of reflected their lives, and their lives have come into the songwriting as well. So it's been a really cool journey for to be part of this community with the band. It's awesome.
Right. So when you started doing the punk thing, what was your inspiration, motivation? What were you listening to? The Pistols? Were you listening to the Ramones? Were you listening to Green Day? What were?
Yeah, sure. Our two biggest influences always have been the Clash and the Replacements.
Great.
Of course, and still to this day, it's those two bands that we reference when we go into a studio. We tell the producer this is the kind of bands, though. These are the bands we love. These are the records that we love. But of course, Green Day, of course, the Ramones. The Ramones are my first favorite band. And yeah, it's everything from that to. But then Tom Petty, Bruce Springsteen. The Cure, it goes on. So try to pull from all our influences and make something unique.
It's interesting you mentioned the Replacements. I see they're reissuing and remixing their Tim album, because
Yeah, they
Apparently,
did.
everybody thinks the mix was not the best that Tommy Ramone did back in the '80s, and the
Yep.
Ed Stasem has gone in and rejigged it. So I haven't heard it yet. Is that an album that's important to
It's
you?
oh oh my God, it's a huge album for me. And it's funny because I just grew up with it and I never really knew about the mystique of how much everyone hated the mix until I
Right.
like read the biography. And because I was just like, oh, it is what it is. That's cool. That's just what it sounded like. And then
Yeah.
I thought about it and I was like, huh, it doesn't really sound that great. And then I heard the new mix that came out and it's phenomenal. It is so good. It was like I was hearing the songs again for the first time. So most of the times when I see bands do like remaster, remix, that kind of thing, I just like roll my eyes. I'm like,
Yeah.
why? It is what it is. But that
Yeah.
was one time I was just so blown away and so excited about the remix. It was incredible.
Yeah, all right. I have to check it out now. That's very exciting. And
Yeah.
I think you guys have released like a bonus track since the album came, something called Gone West and
Hmm.
video out. So what can you tell me
Yeah.
about?
To better homes, take what you can, but not your body, not your hands. And we're dreaming California, set with the sun, make no promises, but come no one. Can you let it go?
Yeah, they were two songs that we recorded at the session at Sonic Ranch, and we just felt, we were trimming down the album. They ended up as B-sides, so
Right.
we really loved the songs. So we were like, you know what, let's release them. 6 months, 9 months, whatever it ends up being after the album, and it was really cool because what we found is that sometimes we may think of them as like, they don't fit the project, but sometimes fans respond more when the songs aren't released as part of the album. So it got a really, really good response. And I think maybe if they were on the album, it would have gotten overlooked. But separating it from the album was, I think, a good idea.
Right. Right. Now, I think I noticed you're
Mhm.
left-handed, aren't you?
I am, unfortunately.
Why do you now? Don't say that. I'm a lefty myself.
Yeah, nice, nice.
And I just discovered I was watching a documentary last night that Paul Simon is left-handed, and he plays his guitar
He is.
right-handed, which is why I never
Yes.
knew. So, what kind
Mhm.
of adventures have you had in left-handedness of being a musician?
Oh, it's absolutely insane. Well, I'm addicted to guitars. I'm obsessed with the instrument. And I source out music shops across the world, and there's always one left-handed guitar, and it's broken or dusty in the corner, and it's horrible.
Right,
So everyone else in the van gets to play all these cool, rare, exciting guitars from around the world, and I never get to.
right,
But I have the biggest guitar addiction. But I think that's what's driven my love for guitar and for like collecting, because they're just so much rarer and harder to find. So when I do find it, it's a joy. But yeah, being left-handed is interesting. But we have some great left-handers. We got Kurt Cobain. We got now I'm drawing a blank. Paul
there's
McCartney's left-handed. Tony
Jimi
Iommi
Hendrix.
from Black Sabbath. Jimi Hendrix. Like, we got some good ones.
So, was there ever a point where you almost started playing right-handed instead of left-handed just because it was too difficult?
Never once. The first time I went into a guitar shop, I was 12, and I didn't even understand that their guitars would be left or right-handed. I
Right.
took one off the wall and just flipped it upside down, a Stratocaster like Jimi Hendrix, and the shop owner was like, "That's not okay. If you want to buy the guitar, kid, do what you want to do." But there's just I'm very dominant left hand. There's no way I could ever do anything right-handed.
Well, I'm a screwed up lefty because I grew up in the
Oh yeah.
early 60s in rural Pennsylvania, so they didn't take
Mhm.
there were some people didn't take too kindly to it. So, for
Oh
instance,
yeah.
if I play air guitar, I play left-handed, but if you hand me a guitar, I will try to play it right-handed. And I can't do
Amazing.
either the other way around. And same with baseball. I throw
Oh
lefty-handed,
really?
left-handed, but I bat right-handed because that's how I was taught.
Wow.
So I'm totally screwed up.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So are you a baseball fan? Are you going to watch the All-Star game here in a few minutes?
Oh, is that today? You know what? I didn't even notice. I am a baseball fan. The Phillies have been doing, phenomenal this year. So
Yes.
my brother is a diehard Mets fan, which is, I despise the Mets. But it's funny, I don't follow it as much as he does. So he kind of fills me in of being like, "You see this, you do this," and I'll catch it on Sports Center. But I should watch it. That's a good call.
Yeah. I'm a Yankees fan, and of course, I just kind of got back into it. Being here in New Zealand, it's difficult to follow, and they were doing,
Yeah.
you know, they were killing everybody. Now they had this big slump and it's killing me.
Ugh.
But that's why there's 162 games in the season.
True. That is true.
All right. So let's see. And you did a video for a song called Try, which I noticed there was a guy, I have this Black Lives Matter Black Sabbath t-shirt.
I love it.
There was a guy in the video that had the same shirt. Was that on purpose?
Absolutely.
Can't sleep, vivid dreams. Got another bad prophecy. The great chain, guilt to serve. I can't turn it off. When you're falling slowly, it's not your fault. So tired and lonely, and all fucked up. I'm not alright. I'm losing my mind. Try, running out of time.
You know, we didn't meet any of the actors. The director, he did a couple of our other videos before, and we just always let him run with it, just because we love his videos and we love his work. And yeah, he's just like, trust me, guys, I got it all handled. So yeah, our Danielle, she does merch for us. She has that shirt too. So right when I saw it for the in the video, I was like, yes, there it is.
This is pretty cool. It's actual Black Sabbath endorsed.
Yeah.
Produced short. It's not somebody ripping off the label. You know the.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome. That even makes it cooler.
Yes, it does.
Nuts.
Are you a Sabbath fan as well?
I am. Yeah, I mean, definitely some of the first riffs I ever learned playing guitar was Sabbath. So yeah, I'm definitely a fan.
Yeah, they're one of those bands that it can be great. I remember they were one of the first bands I saw back in the early '70s, and they were just.
Whoa!
I love Paranoid, right? The album blew me away.
Yeah.
Saw them live. It's in like '72. They were dreadful. They were so out of it.
Oh no! Oh my god, that's hilarious! Wow.
But then the last shows that they did, you know, with the reunion and all that were amazing. So they got their. Some bands get better with age.
That is really funny because you'd think that Ozzy would just be so far gone that it wouldn't happen. But I guess he was probably so far gone then.
He was. I did a video with him, with Randy Rhoads. It's like the only existing video with Randy. It's on YouTube all over the place. And
wow.
Yeah, Ozzy was hilarious because he was out of it. He did like 4 songs in his little TV studio. And just before he was ready to go on, to give you an idea of his mental state, he's like, "Oh, I need some mouthwash. I got to gargle before I go on to get my throat in shape." It's like, okay, so we run out, we get him a bottle of mouthwash. He doesn't gargle it; he drinks it, almost drowns himself.
Wow! Wow!
Packing him on, he's choking all over the place.
It's crazy. Yeah. Jeez.
But we got the thing done, so yeah, it's on.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Anyway, enough about me. What else can you tell us? What's now that it's months after the album is released? You're touring here. Is the set list changing? Are you thinking about new stuff, or what are you doing with the live show?
Yeah, so the live show, we're always tweaking it. You know, I start off, I write the set list and I pitch it to the band, and then they make their tweaks, and then you know, after the first couple shows, we see what works, what doesn't work. It's interesting too, because as time goes on, fans like respond to songs that aren't singles. You know, they're like the songs on the album where you're like, oh, people are gravitating towards this one. There's a song on our album called Ultraviolet that we didn't make a single. Not that we didn't think much of it, but we just, you know, it was just a song on the record, and that kind of seemed to become like a fan favorite. So when we don't play that, people get really upset. So now we started adding that, and yeah, we try to just mix it up as much as possible. We got a lot of albums, right, and a lot of songs. So we try to switch it up and try to keep it fresh, but definitely a good chunk of the new album for the live show. But you know, all the old stuff, all the classics too.
Sounds good. All righty. Well,
I'm definitely one of those, like, I like when bands are like, this is our show, we'll do it. But I'm also like, I go to shows and I don't want to I want to be able to hear the songs that I love, right? Like, you know, bands were just like, nope, I don't want to play anything that people like. I'm only playing the obscure stuff. It's like, I'm like, No, come on, you know.
Well, usually shows are long enough you can do both.
Exactly. Everybody needs their like bathroom and beer break.
Right. That's it. And
Yeah.
do you do ever covers? Do you throw covers in every once in a while or what?
We've done we've done so many covers. We've done the Clash, we've done replacements, we've done like funny cover, you know, just like random like Goo Goo Dolls or Bush or like random stuff, just like see if we can learn it on stage, that kind of thing. But yeah, we haven't been doing it just because we've been doing the new album. But yeah, I don't know. Well, you never know what happens at sound check. Sometimes you get bored at sound check and you just learn a cover and then you play
There
it
you
that
go.
night.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Thank you very much. My grandson
Awesome.
just arrived. I got to do some babysitting.
Oh, amazing.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you very much.